knowledge and understanding. We look forward to get an exposure about what the best of your brains think about educational empowerment in multidisciplines. Now, I would like to introduce our chief guest, Dr. Gurdip Sharma, Principal, Swami Ganesh Sanatan College, Hariana. He is MA, MPhil, PhD in history. He has edited 6 research-based books. He has attended 12 national and international conferences. He is the chairman of the Regulation Committee of Punjab University. He is the chairman of Joint Consultative Machinery of Punjab University. He is elected as syndicate member in 2017. He is elected member of Senate from 2004 to 2020. He has been elected as syndicate member of Punjab University for 6 times. He is the president of Federation of Association of College Principals, Punjab and Chandigarh. He is the member of Academic Council of Punjab University, Chandigarh. He is the member of selection committees for the selection of college principals and assistant professors in the affiliated colleges of Punjab University. He is a member of Executive Working Committee and Organizing Secretary of Shri Sanatan Dharma Prathinidhi Sabha, which operates in 7 states and 2 union territories in northern India. Sir, you have made all of us proud by your distinguished work in numerous fields. So now, without wasting any more time, I would like to request our chief guest and educationist, Dr. Gurdip Sharma, on the stage for his presidential address.
On the dais, Professor Bhapinder Singh Mahilpur ji, General Secretary of this college, Dr. Rakesh Malik, Deputy Director, Punjab University Sports Committee, Dr. Neeru Malik, Fellow, Punjab University, Shri Gurdip Sharma ji from Australia, and off the dais, Dr. Pravinder Singh, Principal, SBHSM Khalsa College, my friend Dr. Sharma, your ex-principal in this college, and now Principal DAV College of Education, Hoshiarpur, Madam Pavandeep Chima, members of the Managing Committee, the faculty, guests, and dear students and members of the press. Today's seminar, the topic of the seminar, educational empowerment in multidiscipline, with its sub-themes, is a very relevant topic because education is the real hallmark of any economy of the nation. India had the best education system in ancient times. You might have heard of the best 3 universities in the world at that time. Vikram Takshila University, and Ujjain was also one of the centers of education at that time during ancient times. But Nowadays, the education system has transformed itself and has many failings in the system. When these universities were established in India, many foreign students used to come to India to take education, to study religion, philosophy, mathematics, physics, astronomy, and other such relevant subjects at the time, and knowledge of Sanskrit language and different Indian languages they used to learn. Many examples of the foreigners, the Chinese, Hariana and Hyun are here with us, who came from China and studied different languages and philosophy of and religion of India. In Middle Ages, this education system of India got a setback because of foreign invasions. They even torched the libraries, took the books of library along with them, and which were not taken back, they were torched in fire. And with the coming of the English, they thought of starting English education in India. In one of the reports, even Macaulay said in Parliament that Indians have great knowledge of religion and they are very expert in their languages. So if we want to rule India, we must start English education. So with Macaulay started the English education because of their own needs of the economy, and they wanted translators for India so that they can interpret things and collect the revenue easily. And at the time of independence, only few universities were there. Punjab University was the fourth university which was started in the year 1882. Before that, presidency towns, Calcutta, Madras and Mumbai, they had their universities. And what was that university like? That was established on the pattern of London University, where there was no teaching at that time. Only they were evaluating universities. They took examinations of the students, and at one time, before the establishment of Punjab University, Punjab schools and colleges were affiliated to Calcutta University earlier. So the fourth university was Allahabad University, and very few colleges, technical institutions at the time of partition. You know, the government of India started with Radhakrishnan Commission in Higher Education and Mudaliar Commission in School Education. So they gave certain parameters how the new education system can be rebuilt. But till date, many commissions came after that: Kothari Commission, Yashpal Committee, Knowledge Commission, But till date, no proper education policy has been created as yet. This government at the center came with very fanfare that we will give within 1 year of its establishment a new education policy with massive changes. We will transform the education system. But what happened? Till March 18th, education policy has not been given as yet. Where we should go? What should be our direction? Today we are churning out lakhs and crores of unemployable youth with 10%, only 10% of general graduates who are employable in the market, whether they are arts graduates or science graduates. They are only 10% are employable, and only 25% of engineering graduates as well as MBAs, they are employable and they are market ready only in the Indian industry. So rest of them is a battery of unemployed youth. Today there is great need to empower women, to empower minorities, to empower scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, tribal people through this education system, which we are not doing. Now the time has arrived when industry is demanding the product of its own. They will never employ this type of graduates or postgraduates. They want the syllabi to be changed as per the international standard. They want that this product should be, end product should be market ready. They will come and we will employ them. We are not going to train them at all. So for that, skill development councils have been established at the national level, state level, district level. But practically speaking, they are not working at all. They are on paper. Money is coming for skill development, but we have no infrastructure, no teachers for their training. And what is happening? I give the example. We went to some of the industries that you have tied up with us. You take over BCA students, you take over agriculture students. Every industry denied it. Sorry, we can't have any tie-up with you. We compare our education system with foreign system. There, they are not going to educate people as such, because they get the requirement from the industry. What type of stuff is needed? What syllabi is to be taught? What practical training is to be given to the students so that we can employ them directly? So there is big need for all the educationists, the academia, the stakeholders the industry people, politicians and administrators to sit together and plan something if they really want to give employment to the students. After all, what is the objective of education? Once somebody asked Albert Einstein, what is education? That definition is, I think, still to some extent, that definition is still relevant. He said education is what remains after what has been learned in the school has been followed. What remains with you? What should remain with you? The values you learn from this institution, from this education system, to be a good human being, to be a good citizen, to be a cosmopolitan citizen with open-mindedness. But unfortunately, we are not at all giving those values to the students. And the second objective is prepare them for, give them skills for employment. That too, we are not giving. You might have heard of corruption and malpractices in the education system. Recently, in Punjab also, one vice chancellor of PTU University has been arrested for wrong employments, illegal employments given to a certain group of people, and has been giving crores of rupees to a firm in Delhi for admission purposes, for registration purposes. 25 crore rupee was given for that. And another news I read in the newspaper that a vice chancellor of one university was arrested for demanding bribe for issuing appointment letter. So if such type of corruption is there in the society, in the country, what type of education system we can expect to work? There are, I remember, and nobody is speaking against it. I remember one author, Paulo Freire. The name of the book is, you can write, The Pedagogy of the Oppressed. He wrote in that book, long time back, he talked about the education system, about the academicians, that we have been submerged in the culture of silence, and that is still relevant in India. Nobody is speaking against mass-scale corruption. Even vice chancellors are appointed by giving bribe. How can you expect that vice chancellor to be fair and just in his job? So such type of ailments are there in the education system. We all need to consider, since this is a B.Ed college and all of you are going to be teachers ultimately. There is flaw in the recruitment of teachers in the university as well. When we, as member of the selection committees for principals and college teachers, when we go for that, what we should look for in the teachers. Three things are very important. One is creativity. Besides being grounded in the subject, the teacher should be creative one. His mind should be ready for research, and he should be expert in his communication skill. He should convey you something. He should force you to imagine things and think positively. And the third thing the JNU professor wrote, open-mindedness of the teacher. He should be open to all points of views. He should not stick to one point of view. So, these types of teachers we need with values who can guide the students, because you are the ultimate nation builders. So, very relevant topics, sub-themes have been given in this, and about inclusive education, still we are lagging behind. And second theme is very important and relevant, that is empowering teachers through sensitizing teachers on educational empowerment through refresher courses, seminar and orientation courses. One thing a teacher should learn, that he should continuously update his knowledge. I give you one example which was given by someone in All India Educational Conference at Shimla recently. He gave the example that one student in a class was not writing the notes of the teacher. The teacher was furious. He asked the student to stand up. Why are you not taking notes? He said, sir, my father was your student 30 years back, and I have his notes. And the teacher was giving those notes 30 years back also. And the same notes he had of his father. So, I wish the seminar, without saying anything, a grand success, and many experts are sitting here with their keynote addresses and other sub-theme topics will be taken up. Thank you very much. Whatever little I know, I have shared.